always after a game. Obviously disappointed in the outcome of that game. Obviously we made a little run at the end to push it to overtime. I was proud to show that type of grit and all that, but for most of the game, they certainly outplayed us. As I told our team, we're going to have to execute and make some plays that are there. Offensively, as I'm sure you guys all know and will ask me, it was not very good until we went to the rally mode at the end, 2 minute at the end, and were able to make some plays. Defensively, I think obviously they were in the field way too long. We allowed them to run the football. There were bright spots to me. Obviously, blocking the punt was good. I thought Ryan Winslow came out for his first time and did a nice job. Guys like Ian Thomas and some of those guys that don't say much made a lot of plays. We won't talk about them a lot, but huge plays that mattered, and got us back in the game. So credit to Minnesota. They went down and made a great drive at the end to win it, and we'll have to improve and try to win next week. So with that, Will, what do you?
I guess the question was just general message after a game like that to the team immediately afterwards.
Yeah, as I told our guys, we're not the type of team that's just going to show up and not execute and just still win the game. We can't have however many drops we had. We can't have mistakes. You can't turn the ball over 3 times yet again. We're going to have to execute at a higher level. What does execute mean? It means everybody does their job. When they have a chance, they make a play, right? And so, they had good players. We know that they would make good plays, Jefferson and all that, but we had chances to sack the quarterback. We had chances to balls on the ground that we didn't, get on, and then obviously, offensively, we were significantly out of execution, out of rhythm. So, we will have to. We knew that they had good players, and it was going to be a tough matchup some places for us. We have to get better. We have to just keep improving at it. As I told them, some guys will come back at some point here soon. That'll help us. But overall, just program-wise, team-wise. We all have to be better.
What happened in the second quarter with the back-to-back timeouts and the delay?
Yeah, we lost 2 receivers. We lost Zylstra, and then we lost Marshall. So Erickson had to go in and just got confused. I shouldn't say he, but they just there was some confusion of who was who in terms of lining up. So Alex is a really smart kid. He plays a lot of different positions for us. Either he or the tight end. Somehow they got confused as to who was where. So we lined up poorly and. Obviously you can't call 2 timeouts in a row. Sam's not supposed to call timeouts, but he was in a bad position where they were all lined up wrong. So that obviously falls on us as coaches to get that done right. But we were able to get in at halftime. Zylstra was able to come back for us. But for a while there, we had really, thankfully we had Shia today, so we had 4 wideouts. And then Zylstra came back, and then we lost Erickson at the end of the game. So just getting guys in the right spot, kind of on the fly as guys were getting hurt.
But how did that happen coming out of a timeout? It wasn't really on the fly.
It was on the fly in terms of the substitution, you know what I'm saying? Just in terms of those guys, it's really no excuse for it. I'm just telling you what happened, right? It's just poor by us, But in terms of those guys, hey, and not now I'm the F, and or the way our language works, they should know it, but I don't want to put that on the guys, just at the end of the day, guy gets hurt, we have to have the next guy ready, and we were lined up wrong, so we had to adjust.
Now, what have teams done to you to, neutralize your pass rush the last 3 weeks? We haven't pressured quite as much. We've been playing a little more 4-man rush. A lot of our sacks early came on pressures. When we brought a lot of pressure today, they got the ball out. And then, we missed, I don't know how many sacks we did miss, 1 or 2, but, I know we missed one on that 2-minute drive. That obviously would be a crucial kind of a play in terms of maybe we can block the punt or something like that. So I think we've missed some. These guys went tempo, which they hadn't really done much of. Early in the second quarter, they went tempo. And, they're getting the ball out of their hands, So, a lot of our sacks we had early on were kind of schemed up pressures and blitzes that, guys came free. Quarterbacks are seeing that, and they're getting the ball out of their hand fast, which should result in, us breaking up passes, hopefully, but wasn't quite as much today.
Throughout the week, you mentioned that this would be a defining game for this team. Coming off the losses that you suffered, what did it show you?
That we have a long way to go, that we're not where we want to be. To Joe's point, you can't line up and call, 2 plays, time out 2 plays in a row. You can't do all those things. And so you can't take the sacks that we took today. You can't turn the ball over. So I like our competitive nature and our work ethic and all those things are improving. I like those things about us, but the execution has to come along with it. And I don't see that right now. I don't see that execution right now. So, and I told the team, all I know how to do is keep working. I don't know how to
it's about kind of out of words for it right now. It's like, just go keep working and guys go out and find a way to make plays.
Matt, Sam's first play, obviously an interception, and most of the game he just wasn't sharp. How do you kind of explain that and the juxtaposition between that final drive?
That first play, obviously, we tried to line up and take a deep shot to DJ. We wanted to back people off. I haven't seen the tape. I don't know if he got any pressure or anything, but I know they kind of doubled DJ for most of the day today. Scrambled around. Robbie was open. He was trying to make a play, and the kid made a nice play on defense. We're going to have to do a better job of getting our guys to understand that we can't have turnovers, right? I mean, to even be in that game with those turnovers that we did have, most times they resulted in points. I know that one resulted in 3. I think the fumble by DJ resulted in 3. So, and I can't remember the last one. So, we're just not going to be able to win doing it like that. And so, we ran the ball fairly well at times today. It's just not enough right now. We're not running the ball enough. I thought what Sam needed today was he needed a little bit of help from his friends at times. He needed some plays to be made, and we dropped a lot of balls. And then all of a sudden, at the end, he makes that rope of a throw to Ian run down the middle of the field. Ian makes an unbelievable catch, and all of a sudden now it looks good. So I think when you're a quarterback who's a little bit out of sorts, you're out of whack, you need some guys to go make some plays for you. And I didn't see many spectacular plays until Ian's play, and maybe there's a couple others. DJ's fade there at the end. Those were all plays that allowed us to score.
Did the defense get tired just because of constantly being on the field a lot, or the offense not being able to put together long drives? Because it seemed like, especially in the fourth quarter, whatever, Delvin Cook just really got rolling, and the defense just looked a little tired.
Yeah, I mean, we're playing 8-man front where those balls shouldn't be run, and they weren't run most of the games, and they were still able to run the football. That last drive, had we gone 3 and out after we scored the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, we had a chance to, get them down, letting them have 5 or 6 play drive, and then them winning the toss and them getting another. We were tired. The defense probably needed, they did a nice job getting off the field early. They needed a couple longer drives by the offense to give them a break. We have a lot of guys, we have guys like Sean Chandler and Sam who are starting at safety, and we're starting in the nickel and playing on 2 or 3 special teams, just kind of where we are right now. But all that being said, I mean, the job of the defense is to stop them, nothing else. And so the defense needed to stop them. We needed to stop them on that last drive. Anything but a touchdown was the coaching point, and obviously they scored the touchdown there at the end.
Now, Coach, this game was similar to the Dallas game as far as like the fourth quarter push. How do you, simulate or get that same intensity and execution, like let's say coming out of halftime, that you get on those late game drives that give you guys a chance?
Yeah, I think what happens is you get to the end, people start playing. They don't rush quite. A lot of our issues throwing the football today were them lining up and bringing pressure, and kind of Sam being under duress. Didn't do that quite as much. That might be who we are moving forward. We might need to be, getting no huddle and move the ball down the field the way we did there. I think right now we have to figure out, especially with Christian out and some other guys out, what our identity is. People are kind of playing like a 2-man type thing on DJ and making sure DJ doesn't catch the ball. And I think we tried to go to Robbie today. We tried to go to some other guys today, Zylstra today a little bit. Obviously Terrace getting knocked out. But he was, we had a plan for him. Shy, we had a plan for him. So, those guys have to make some plays. We have to find ways to help them make the plays. But, the no huddle has helped us the last couple of weeks. And so, again, we're trying to figure out exactly what we can do to win, the best as best we can. The defense kept us in that, back to your question, the defense kept us in that game for a long time. So, we win and lose as a team. Defense had a chance to get the stop at the end to win it. So I don't ever say but they needed a little help in the first half, I think.
What do you see the difference in Sam, that 96-yard drive to tie it, that wasn't there for most of the game?
I think, honestly, David, I think he wasn't kind of running around back there, and I think because really you think about the first 3 plays, he was incomplete. So I kind of looked a lot like what we had looked like, and then finally ripped a play there at the end. I think once we get a little bit of momentum, he gets going. So, to me, it goes back to Ian makes an unbelievable play. Ian's running down the middle of the field, guys are running with him. He catches that ball. If he doesn't catch that ball, the game's over. They take a knee and we lose by 8. But he makes a play, and I think that gets us kind of going on offense. So, to your guys' point, I got to figure out what exactly we need to be on offense. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you're trying to formulate an identity. We want to run it, but we're running a little bit here, a little bit there. I think True was playing really well. We have to figure out maybe who our core is a little bit better than what we are right now. And again, I think we had a plan. I think we felt good about it. Just obviously today didn't look very good at times. So, that's, I think we're going to just continue to evolve and try to get better.
You said that you.
Joe, who's the other person that's talking? Who is Joe and Jonathan, and that's it?
You've known Robbie a long time. Have you seen him have a day like today?
Yeah, I mean, I was obviously happy to see him make a couple plays on the last drive to get us back in it. But, there was, just like many of us, there was too many missed opportunities out there. And, we can't have that in a type of game like this. You're playing a team like the Minnesota Vikings. You know that they're, fourth in the NFL on third down. I mean, you just need a bunch of guys to make plays. And my point is when you see like Chuba take that speed sweep, Tommy catch the shovel pass, Ian make a play down the middle of the field. We're going to talk a lot about Sam, but, I think Sam just needs a bunch of guys making plays, and I think that helps him, obviously. And, we needed more.
You talked about needing to run the ball more. Why do you feel like you all got to end up getting away from the run a little bit?
Yeah, I think our inability to convert on third downs keeps it hard to kind of find some rhythm. We'd get 4 or 5 yards, and then think we're going to stay in good manageable and have a bad play on second down, which leads to third and long, or weren't able to convert third down. So, if it's me, really, other than just some of the again, some of the things that weren't executed right in terms of lining up, right formation, all those things. We didn't convert enough third downs to stay on the field, keep the defense off the field, right? Like we were explosive or nothing. So, we'll have to go back and look at everything. Like I said, we'll have to go back and look at, hey, do we just need to call more runs? I think we probably do, to be quite honest. It's probably something I've felt, but haven't, kind of get in the flow of games. You're just trying to hang in there, because it felt like it was kind of getting away from us there. And, but that's probably what we need to do moving forward.
And Christian, what was the ultimate decision to?
Yeah. Just the doctors came to us on Saturday and just, again, kind of beyond me, just came to us and felt like it was the right thing to do, just as they talked about it, to get him truly healthy.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
times today. Where does the improvement plan for better protecting you begin when you consider O-line adjustments versus playbook adjustments?
Yeah, I think, for myself, I got to get the ball out. I think that's a big thing. Just making sure that we're on time with all of our routes, and for me and my feet, everything's got to be working in sync. I think that's really where we're going to start. But again, we got to watch the tape and kind of figure it out.
And what was the difference in the offense's performance and your performance during that 96-yard drive that wasn't there for most of the game?
Yeah, it was converting a huge 4th and 10. It didn't start, it kind of started the way that a lot of the drives went throughout the game. We just didn't execute at a high enough level today, and we were able to kind of make a play. Ian was able to make a really good play there. And then we kind of got, a good rhythm going there, with our 2-minute offense.
Is there anything you say or can say to either Robbie or DJ when the case of the drop seems to hit them?
They're both pros, so they understand what they got to do. They understand what their job is.
First play of the game, Sam, first offensive play, what happened and what kind of tone did that set?
Yeah, obviously it's never good. First play of the game, throwing an interception, but it's just trying to take a deep shot there, and I felt like it wasn't there, scrambled around, and then obviously just gave the DB a little bit of with my ball placement, gave the DB some room to make a play on it.
What was difficult there, in particular in the first half?
We just couldn't find a rhythm, couldn't execute. We weren't executing at a high enough level, like I said before. So, again, we got to watch the tape and figure out kind of how we can execute better and what that looks like.
Sam, that was a little bit like the end of the Dallas game almost, where you guys got into some kind of rhythm late. What is it in particular about those situations that you guys were able to find some success?
We executed. I think I know you guys get tired of me saying it, but that's really it. We executed at a high level during that 2-minute drive, and like you mentioned in Dallas, but we got to execute like that on every single drive and be consistent.
Matt suggested that the no huddle might be something that kind of jumpstarts you, say, in the middle of a game because of the way that you guys had been executing with that last couple of games. Do you feel like that could be something that you could use to your advantage, say, in the middle of the game?
We'll talk about it. We got to look at the tape and figure some other things out.
If you had won that coin toss, did you think you would score again?
Oh, 100%. That's always our mindset, whenever we get the ball to go down there and score.
How deflating was that then, that you guys did have that really incredible drive and never got the ball again?
Obviously you want to be able to get a chance to score, but, for me, I had full trust and faith in our defense that they're going to go out there and get a stop.
Yeah, how do you put into words what I guess the last 3 losses have been like for the team?
Yeah, it's never, you wanna win games. That's the nature of this league, and that's the nature of our business, So we gotta understand kind of what we're doing wrong. Everyone's got to look themselves in the mirror and understand how they can get better and attack this week with a purpose and get ready for this next one.
How deflating was the news over the weekend that you were going to be without Christian for at least another 3 games?
Yeah, Christian's obviously he's a good player, but he's a good leader on this team as well. So without him out there on the field, obviously he's there on the sideline, but he doesn't have as big of a part, So, yeah, it is what it is. I think that's kind of our mindset there.
Matt suggested that 6 games in, the offense is still trying to find some sort of identity. Where do you feel the identity is or should be in the way to make you guys successful?
Yeah, I think we gotta, we gotta figure that out. We gotta understand what we're doing well, understand what we're not doing well, and I think we just gotta, figure that out from, as players and everyone, in the organization.
Do you truly feel like your role has had to change or what you've had to do differently without Christian in the past 3 games?
It doesn't change anything for me. Obviously Christian's a good player, but whatever the play is called, that's my play to, if it's a pass play, it's my play to execute and take care of the football. So, just got to keep doing that.
Say that, but it does change though, because the numbers are significantly different when Christian's not on the field, particularly your numbers. So, I mean, all 7 your interceptions, I think, have been without Christian, and your quarterback rating takes a big dip. Is it just as simple as his presence not there and what he can do, or is there just something else there?
No, I mean, we gotta execute better. I gotta do my part, and I gotta go out there, take care of the football, and get our team down the field however I can.
When the receivers are having those drops, as a quarterback, from your point of view, do you tend to look elsewhere? Do you try to change anything? What's your mindset as a quarterback?
No, not at all. It's all about trust as a quarterback. You gotta trust the O-line to block. You gotta trust the receivers to run and catch the football. That's really the nature of this game.
Do you think a hurry-up you guys could benefit from that?
We'll see. I mean, we'll look at it and talk about it.
Do you trust the protection right now where you feel comfortable?
Say it again.
Do you trust the protection now to where you feel comfortable?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought those guys did a good job for the most part in protection, but again, there's some things that we got to clean up, and we'll look at that.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Start with questions.
Yeah, what do you feel like was kind of going wrong with the drops today?
I don't know. Just got to focus on the ball. It's football. We just got to catch the ball at the end of the day.
What was the difference in the offense in the first 55 minutes of this game and then in that 96-yard drive at the end?
We was all connecting. We was pitching and catching. Everything was just going the way that we wanted to. The last 5 minutes on the 96-yard drive.
The first and goal throw, Sam's kind of rolling out. Is that one you should have had? I know you had to dive for it. How would you assess that one?
Yeah, that's a play I want to make, that I got to make, that I will make in the future. So, yeah, I look at it like that.
Is there any conversation when Robbie's kind of having his drops issues? Do you guys talk? Do you go up to him and say anything in particular, just kind of get him off that schneid?
Yeah, it's always a conversation. He looked at me as if he's seen something different in the way he was supposed to catch the ball. I tell him sometimes I can't see it, but we'll watch it on the iPad or whatever we got on the sideline. He has asked me, you think I should have turned my hands this way, that way? I'd be like, yeah, this. Then I'd be like, just move on from it, bro. It's the next play.
Well, you guys are viewed as a strength of this offense, the receiving core. When you guys have the drops you had today, I mean, how does that rest on you, and does that frustrate you even more?
Man, you frustrated, but you just go back and look at the tape, get it over with. When I had 2 drops, the 2 drops is on me that I got to make them catches at the end of the day to help Sam out. Can't speak on Robbie on how he feel about it, but I know he's pretty upset about it too.
Do you have a moment like this maybe in Maryland or maybe even the first year or two here with Carolina that you remember where you were having maybe dropped a couple of passes and then came back the next game and was able to do what you normally do?
Yeah, I don't really take the past game to the future game. They all separate games, so next week is next week's game.
DJ, is it hard to develop? Matt said he's not sure what this offensive identity is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Is it tough to establish one when you don't have Christian for another couple games?
I mean, no, we got all the weapons that we need when somebody goes down, like Christian. Somebody just got to step up, whether it's a run-based game plan, a throw-based game plan, mixed. We all got to go out there and do our job at the end of the day. So we didn't do it today, so we lost.
What happened on the fumble?
They got knocked out, so it was a fumble.
Did you ever see the guy? Or just...
Nah, I just got to hold the ball tighter.
I know we asked you guys a lot about Christian and not having him out there, but the numbers and efficiency, particularly Sam, is different and the offensive line, everybody, when he's out there. And now you're not going to have him for at least another couple of games. So What can you guys do?
What could we do? I mean, the next man just got to step up. You got to fill the void no matter what. Christian's a great player. You know, we got great people on the team. We got great players. We got playmakers everywhere. We just got to all come together as one and make this offense go.
Suggested that you guys might even benefit from doing some of the hurry up that you did at the end of the game at earlier parts of the game. Do you think that could be a viable option?
It might. We just got to look at it as one to just bring it into the base game plan. You know, I can't speak on it right now. We just got to work on it and incorporate it.
What are the benefits or when y'all are kind of going fast like that?
Shoot, the defense is more prone to play one coverage than all the mix and matching that they do.
I don't think we asked you this, and I'm not sure when we're gonna talk to you next. But how did the thing with you and Curtis, you know, doing your little pregame thing? How did that come about? Like now, like this year?
How did it come about?
Like, did y'all plan that? You know.
The whole thing with that, we've been doing it since I got here in 2018. We've been doing that since I got here. That always been something that we did before we went out.
So I'm saying, like, did y'all?
Did we plan when he came back? No, we always just did it. Yeah, it was just a coincidence that his first game back, he did it. I was doing it regardless, so it is what it is.
All right, guys. Thanks, DJ.
Thank you.
Your team's ability to get pressure in the first 3 weeks, and yet the last 3, it seems like it's gone by the wayside.
You know, when you're getting as much pressure we was, the first 3 weeks, team's game plan for that, you know. Even today, they left tight ends and wide receivers and out on the edges to protect the tackles a lot today.
What was what do you think the Vikings did well? I don't think y'all had any sacks today.
No.
You may have had one. What was it that they may have did well, or that you felt like maybe you all didn't do as well?
We knew coming into the game that Kirk Cousins was somebody who likes to get the ball out of his hands fast. On top of that, like I said, they had a tight end and wide receiver on the edges. You know, most of the time, our inside guys were doing well. I remember a couple of times inside guys doing well, getting some pressure. But you know, a mixture of tight end chipper help and stuff like that, and just Kirk getting the ball out of his hands fast.
You're probably short on getting off the field and just that last game-winning drive after you guys had kind of gained the momentum too. I guess how disappointing was that?
Very disappointing, you know. That's how the cookie crumbles, I guess. We got to go back to the watch film, and it always leads back to watching film and seeing what happened. You know, we got another week, another opportunity coming next Sunday. All we could do now is prepare for that.
That last drive, though, doesn't really happen in a vacuum. I mean, you guys are given a short field to defend a handful of times. You do so effectively early in the game. How much does that impact you guys late in the game with your legs just being gassed or being tired? I mean, does that affect you at all?
It's a football game. Got to be prepared to play 60 minutes no matter what's going on. Not sure how that affected everybody, but yeah, that can't be an excuse. Got to go out there and play no matter what's going on.
After their missed field goal at the end of regulation, you were on the turf a lot. Were you cramping or?
Nah, I got stepped on the field goal. That's all. I'm fine though.
The Delvin Cook seemed to, as the game progressed, you know, late third quarter, especially a lot in the fourth quarter, really seemed to get it going, and then again a little bit in overtime. What was the difference between keeping them checked in and bottled up in the first half into the second half?
The game plan was the same. You know, I have to go back, watch the film myself. That's what I do as soon as I leave here, see exactly what happened because I don't know, and then take it from there.
As a leader of the team, When Robbie or DJ are having issues with drops, do you say anything even though you're on the defensive side? I don't know if you even get to see it.
Not really, man, because it doesn't matter what anybody's going through. I just, I try to encourage them to continue to, play football, let the last play go. But no, not really. I don't play wide receiver, right? Right? So I can't tell what's going on through his head. It's not my job to go out there and catch the ball. Only thing that I can do as a leader is, continue to keep the morale up. Continue to just let them know next play is all next play. Everybody makes or misses a play and stuff like that. It's about letting it go and playing better on the next play.
Well, as the veteran, or as a veteran and as one of the leaders on defense, how will you, this week after what happened last week, giving up the lead, and then this week, the overtime heartbreaker, how will you keep the morale up in the locker room?
What's this? The sixth game, the 6 months. We got 11 more opportunities at the end of the day, right? The season isn't over, not even close. So, just watch the film, making sure everybody understands that we have to learn from our mistakes, but flush it down the tank, and get ready to go on the road and win one on the road.
Has there been a different energy surrounding this team in the last 3 weeks?
As far as what?
As far as just maybe overcompensating or trying to maybe do too much?
I don't feel like that. It's just, football. Once again, like I said earlier, I really don't know what happened. I'm there and I'm playing, but I'm not focusing on what's going wrong at the time. I'm just worrying about going out there and trying to stop them. So at the end of the day, just, I have to watch the film just to see, I see what I could have done better. I can guarantee you I wasn't perfect. So just to see what I could have done better, to help out the team get a W as well.
So last week after the game, you were pretty emotional. You were kind of pausing for words sometimes, trying to describe it. What's it like in that room today compared to last week?
It's about the same. This one just hits a little bit differently because you have it where you're down and we come back to force the overtime. It just didn't get the result that we wanted in overtime. Which is about it. Yeah.
Hassan, did you guys kind of quit pressuring late in that game and sort of just try to get to Kurt with 4?
Not really. I think we were more, trying to stop the run. As the run started getting to go a little bit, when the running game is working, usually that doesn't leave a lot of opportunities to get to the pass rush, get the pass rush.
What do you feel like was the difference in slowing down Cook? Because you all bottled him up there in the first half, and then he kind of got going there in the second half. What do you feel like was the difference there?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I got to look at the film just so I can see exactly. It could have been one person here, one person there, that type of thing. I'm not sure. It could have been me. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know. I have to watch the film, go home, watch the film, get the guys back and ready for next Sunday.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Yeah. Guys, I just asked Hassan this. It looked like y'all weren't pressuring as much late in that game, or certainly in overtime. What was the reason for that?
You said we wasn't pressuring as much?
It looked like Hassan said y'all were playing maybe more to stop the run, so didn't have like a lot of pressure looks going.
Yeah. I guess you could say that. I just play the call, whatever the call is. I can't tell you how many calls were pressures or not. I was just playing the call.
There was a few kind of bursts in the game where you were I don't know if it was due to rotation or something was wrong with you, where you were just on the sideline. Were you fine during it? Or just
I was fine. It was a bit to just try to keep, just like try to split up the reps, keep everybody fresh. Have fresh guys rolling in. That was pretty much it. I was straight on the side.
Were you in the 10 at one point? You never went to 10?
Yeah, I did. I just put some little bandage on, little celly on my shoulder.
What are teams doing right now to prevent you and Hassan from doing what you did in the first 3 games?
Well, if you look at the game, they put a tight end and a receiver on both sides. Usually, when they're about to pass the ball, it was really double chipping like frequently throughout the game. Just putting guys in our way just to mess with our eyes or whatever, or just to slow us down. That's pretty much what they've been doing, to be quite honest. And, 3-step, quick throws, all those kind of things. They just affect rushers. Like, this is what it is.
What do you think has to be done to kind of, I guess, reverse something? Like, how do you counteract that?
How do you counter that?
Yeah.
I really don't know, man. This is my job to rush, like, regardless of them being there. They can't do that all game. I feel like you know what I mean. Like, especially like if they were down or whatever, they can't do that all game because they have to get guys out into routes. With those guys staying in and chipping both sides, you're not really releasing that many people out for routes. You know what I mean? And then they'll be delayed. You feel what I'm saying? So, you can't do that all game.
Does that also create potential opportunities for an interior rush? And do you miss a guy like Shaq in some of those instances?
Yeah, I definitely miss Shaq. Shaq is a baller, but yeah, it does create opportunities for the inside guys. But also, you still have to remember that when they're chipping us, that tackle is still sitting on that 3 technique. You feel what I'm saying? Until the chip leaves. So he's going to sit down on the 3 techniques, which is going to slow him down too. Like, the whole chip thing slows the rush down. Like, that's what it's for. You feel what I'm saying? So that's just what it is.
Have you tried to maybe petition them to maybe move you around and try and put you in different spots to try and at least get you free?
Nah, I'm going to play inside the defense. My plays will come, and they'll usually seesaw that chip and stuff usually as the game goes on. So you just got to wait for your opportunities.
At a basic level, what's the difference between this team the last 3 weeks versus the first 3 weeks?
You said at a basic level?
Yeah, just what's been the biggest difference?
I wouldn't say there's really a difference. The cards is not falling our way right now. We got to weather this storm. We got to fight through it and get back on track, or you feel what I'm saying? Just have a successful week this week. And the goal is always to go 1-0 every week. So every week is its own week.
But if I had told you after those first 3 games that in 3 games later you'll give up 571 yards in a game, what would you have said?
What would I have said? You didn't tell me that, so I don't know what I would have said.
See, it's hard to fathom back then is what I'm saying. You guys were playing so well, it's hard to fathom that you would allow that many yards in a game.
I don't know I don't know.
Ryan, you had a rush at the end of regulation where you looked like you went for the strip on Kirk instead of the sack. Kind of, you shaking your head.
Yeah, man. Young mistake. Shit. My bad. Yeah, man. I guess I got greedy. I blew my guy off the ball, beat him off the ball easy. And as I was turning, going too fast, he stepped up, went for the strip. Should have just secured the sack. And I tried to end the game, but that's the risk you take, man.
Brian, where do you think you all miss Shaq the most?
What's up?
Where do you feel like you all miss Shaq the most?
Shaq just brings a great presence to the game, honestly. Like IQ, hustle, hard-nosed hitting. He's just a beast, like, in general. So just not having him, he's another lead on the team, especially lead on the defense. Just not having him, it hurt. You feel what I'm saying? But I still feel like the defense plays well overall, without him. But we'll play a lot better with him, you know what I mean? So it just hurt to miss him, that's all.
Plays like that missed sack, are they a sign of maybe you guys trying to do too much or overcompensate because the offense is having kind of a day that's in a doldrum, so to speak?
No, our offense will get going. I just take it as, like, you know what I'm saying, like those kind of plays, like that was just like an instinct. Like I just wanted to end the game. Like that would have been like a big play for me. Like if I would have, you know what I'm saying, if I would have did it, it would have been, we wouldn't be talking about this. You know what I'm saying? So like I went for it. I went for the strip. Had some risks I took. He got out, and that's just what happened. It's not to overcompensate for the offense or nothing like that. It's just like I'm trying to make a play. I'm trying to end the game, trying to be that guy. So it just didn't work out.
There was a lot of purple in the stands today. Did you notice, do you recognize when the opponents have a strong fan base doing their skull chant and all that?
Yeah, I seen it, that clapping thing. I seen it, but I don't really pay attention to it. Like, I don't care.
Running on that
You may, sorry, Bruce. You may have been asked already, but in overtime, was the defense tired?
Tired? No. No, I don't think we was tired. That was a long drive, but coming out now, I don't think we was tired. I just think we was going out there doing what we could do, and just didn't fall our way, I guess.
Thank you.
For sure.
Bruce, is that it?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you all. Thank you.